In this tutorial, we're going to create a realistic broken window effect with the person looking out through the broken window. Hey Cafe crew, it's Colin Smith here from photoshopCAFE.com, and today we're going to do a very realistic looking broken glass effect. Okay, so here we have a picture of our model looking out the window, and we want to make it look like she's looking through broken glass. So what we're going to do is grab this other image here. Both of these, by the way, I grabbed from Adobe Stock. So it's very easy to find pictures of broken glass. The trick is making it look realistic. We want to do realistic displacement as well as atmospheric kind of effects through the glass. Okay, so let's just grab this and we're going to drag it into the tab of the other document, take our pointer down and release, and now we've got it in the middle of the picture. All right, so why don't we make this a little bit bigger? Control T for free transform, and I'm going to hold down the shift key and drag it up. And we're just kind of making this get quite a bit bigger. And let's just kind of drop it in here. Now, why don't we drop the opacity so we can see positioning? Let's hit the 5 key, and I really want to kind of drop this on the eye. And it looks like this could kind of work. If it doesn't, what you want to do is hit Control T for tree transform, right click, and then we can choose flip horizontal. So we could also try it this way. I'm looking and I'm seeing, you know what? I like it how it was before, so I'm going to hit here. I just hit the escape key, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cropping it down to the size of this window. And the reason for that is because we don't want the window frame to show in there. It's going to look fake. So let's grab our crop tool, and we're just going to kind of drag it down into that window. Let's pull it up so we're not showing any of the window frame. And we would also do that on the other side. Let's go all the way into there and hit enter. So now we've got a nice crop with our model looking out that broken part of the window. All right, let's take our opacity all the way back up to 100. So what we've done right now is we've placed the glass and the person. We placed it where the eye is going to be looking out through the hole in the glass, which is going to create a much more realistic result, because typically if someone's looking out, they're going to look out through that hole. So what we want to do right now is create realistic displacement. So that means where the glass is broken, if you look through it, it should distort and kind of shift, and that's going to be a lot more realistic. So rather than selecting it with, say, the polygon lasso tool and moving things around, we can get a much more realistic result with a lot less effort. Let's look at it right now. What we're going to do is create displacement map. So we're going to go under the channels. And if you don't see the channels here, just go under window and choose channels. And there's our channel panel. I know it rhymes. I hate the fact it rhymes. And if we look at it now, generally speaking, your layers and channels are going to be together. But here we go. We've got 3 channels here, red, green, and blue, and they all look the same because I took this from a grayscale image. However, what you would want to do is check these channels and see if there's one that has a little bit more contrast in it, and if there is, that's the one you're going to use. So in this case, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's just grab our red channel by clicking on the red. What we want to do is make a new document out of this red channel. So the way to do that is to right click and choose duplicate channel or duplicate channel. And here we go. What we want to do is document here. We're going to change this to new. So now it's going to create a new document, and it's going to be an alpha 1. And why don't we name it as map, just so we know what it is. Click OK. And here it is. Here's our new document. And this is actually a grayscale image. If you look at the channels, you'll see right now there's only one channel, and that's because we duplicated the individual channel, and that's going to work perfectly. So we're going to choose File, Save As. We'll drop it in a place that we know, such as the desktop. And, so drop it into a location that we know. Let's just put it onto our desktop. And this one here is map.psd. You definitely want to save it out as a PSD, which is Photoshop document. Click Save. Great, done. We can close that out. We don't need it anymore. Let's go back to our image we're working on. Click on RGB in the channels just to make sure all the channels are selected. Go back to our layer. And here we are in our layer. Great. Let's hide that layer with the glass. And then we're going to duplicate our background. So select the background. Control J to make a copy. So we're going to displace or distort this copy of this, this image, and then that gives us an unaltered one in the background. Then you'll see why in a second. Okay, so with our copy selected, we're going to choose Filter. We're going to go down to Distort, and under Distort, choose Displace. Click. So now we get to choose how much we want to displace. I want to give it a pretty good amount, so let's change this to 35. Hit the Tab key, will take us to the next one, and also set that to 35. So we're going to move it 35 to 35. Click OK. Now it's going to ask us, hey, what do you want to use for your map? Well, remember the one we saved out as the map right there. So we're going to click Open, and there we go. Now it displaces it to match that displacement map that we made. All right, we're getting closer. All right, so what we want to do is click on our top layer, and we want to change the blend mode so we can see our broken glass with our image showing through it. So let's change the mode. We're just going to click here on the layer blending mode, and we want to go down to screen blending mode. All right, so let's click OK on the screen blending mode. And so if we look at this now, we're going to see some pretty good displacement. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so you can see how things are displacing now. Look at the dent here in the arm, or look at, for example, her top. Notice how it kind of displaces here and down there. Compare that to the non-displaced. You can see it's starting to look a lot better. All right, we're not there yet. The next thing we're going to do is I'm just going to change this back to normal mode, because what I want to do is I want to select this area here, this area of black. And there's different ways you could do it. You could go down here and you could grab your quick selection tool and just kind of click there and hit the Option key and just kind of clean up that selection there. Should work pretty good. Or I'm going to use the Object Selection tool inside of Photoshop CC 2020. Grab the rectangle and make a shape around there. And that's working pretty well. I'm going to hit the Alt or the Option key with the minus just to kind of clean up those edges a little bit. Hit the Alt or Option. We're just kind of cleaning it up a little bit, grabbing some of those edges that have been missed. All right, that's looking pretty good. Okay, let's go back to our screen mode, and I want to hide the area that we have just selected. So I'm going to hold down the Alt or the Option key and click on the New Layer Mask. And then what that's going to do is it's actually just going to cut out the hole there. So if we hide the layers underneath, you can see that hole has been created, and that's going to work well for our effect here. Now what we want to do is we want to actually copy this so we hide this layer underneath as well. So we want our displaced layer to also be hidden. Here's a trick. If I click on that layer mask, hold down the Alt or the Option key, and drag down, I can copy that mask to the next layer. So that's also going to cut it out there. And so if I show you the layer underneath, notice how it's starting to look a lot better. Let me hide the mask on this layer here so you can see. If I hit the Shift key and click, see how it's moved? And that's because of the displacement amount. And that's going to work quite well for us. So what we want to do now is make everything in the glass just kind of a little bit more faded and maybe slightly blurry. So let's just hit the Control L for levels. With that layer selected, we're going to go up under the midtone, and we're just going to slightly brighten up the midtone. See what's happening here as we're doing that? Let's not go too far, but you can see now it kind of shows a little bit of substance to that glass now, a little bit of depth. And so it's a little clearer here where she's looking through. Let's click OK. And then the other thing we want to do is just kind of give it a little bit of a blur. So choose Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. And let's not get too carried away with it. Let's just kind of play around. I'm thinking about there, 2.7 or around 2.7, 2.8 should work quite well. And then we click OK. So if we look at it, there's the regular layer underneath if we were just to apply that glass. And then here's where we've got our displacement. We've got it a little bit lighter. All right, so to quickly recap the steps, the first thing we do is we position our object with the broken glass. The second thing we do is we add the displacement so it looks like it's actually cracked and not just lying on top of it. Then the next thing we want to do is cut out the areas where the glass is missing. Then we lighten up those areas where the glass is covering. We may darken them, or we may even add a color tint depending on what type of glass it is. And then finally, we add just a little bit of blur to kind of soften it so it looks like we are looking through that window and it's not just a clean area between us and the subject. All right, so I got a question for you guys. Did you enjoy this tutorial, and would you like to see more of this style of tutorials, with the compositing, special effects? Let me know in the comments underneath. And by the way, if you're new here to Photoshop Cafe and you love Photoshop, you've come to the right place. Consider hitting that subscribe button right now and you'll get a new tutorial from me every single week. Ring that notification bell so you know when I upload, which is usually every Tuesday. Anyway, guys, if you like this, smash the like button into dust. And until next time, I'll see you